Good morning, pregame crew. How are y'all doing? It is Wednesday, August 24th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. I'm Charcal Lori, and you are at the pregame show. We don't necessarily talk about the state of Louisiana or the Great Wall of China, but it does come up quite a bit. We're here to look at charts. So what I do here every morning is I go over indices, commodity, crypto, and movers and shakers of the day. I need an audio visual check, please. I'm going to do a little housekeeping for the next 7 minutes. We'll get started officially at 6:30 in this far right corner. If you're tuning in later in the day and you don't want to hear chit chat, you can fast forward till that says 6:30. I'm going to say hello to my friends. I'm going to do a couple chart requests if I have time. Good morning, Greg, Chris, ER, Topher, Neb, Gabriel. So sweet, ER. Alejandro, Mary, RJ. I love initials. My papa was RL, and he's one of my favorite men on earth that ever lived. Hey, Jonathan, Mal, Basque. Night Truck, thank you. Hey, Sam. Hey, Siraj, Crypto Cat, Joe, Chris. Good morning. I thought I was cute this morning on ES with Louisiana and the Great Wall of China. We're at that at the hourly 50 MA, and that's where we're pulling back. Yo, yo, yo. What up, Bison? Hey, Michelle, Jim, Sean, Amir, good morning. So ADA, I'll just go take another quick look at it, but on the hourly, we are getting a tiny higher high ER, but oh well, it's just not clear. 4 hours better. So potential daily bear flag, 4-hour uptrend, but make it nasty if you're Janet. Bears looking to top fish, potential 4-hour lower high. Bull volume is scant on this tiny bounce. Look at this volume kind of dying off. This is more of a dribble. This is not bulls stepping in and saying, we want this. This is not that type of price action. This price action is saying bears just covering, saying, hey, I'm going to take some off the table. We do have a squeeze, and we are below the 50 RSI on the 4-hour, and I would take that as a bear sign until, as long as we're underneath the 50 RSI on the 4-hour. What's the next chart? Oh, good. I'm glad you had a great trading day on Caterpillar, RJ. You must trade this one often. I know there's a prolific trader that only traded Caterpillar. That's it. Like started like 100 shares each and then worked his way up to 10,000 shares, and he only traded Caterpillar. And it's a great trading style, just being focused and understanding the personality and nuances of tickers. It can really help you. We're right here at resistance 197. Oh, we broke through that 197.63 yesterday, so now 198.40 is next. Holding 50 RSI. Looks a lot different than technology stocks, that's for sure. A lot different. Looks healthy. Hey, Jonathan, how are you across the pond? Doing good? Okay, ATAI. Hey, Korkuki. Bonjour. Okay. Lots of folks interested in the shrooms. ATAI. Someone on Twitter made this indicator over here based on a comment that I made. I have RSI levels, but I thought it was kind of cute. I'm going to hide it now, though. So we held the prior day low on a bounce. A daily lower high is anticipated. Aunt Kathy is still buying, from my understanding. Potential 4-hour bear flag. Hourly rejected at the 50 MA. This pre-market action doesn't look like it's happening on a lot of volume, but 436 will be key at open, and then 451's resistance. We may stay within yesterday's range all day. Let's see. That is a pretty big range. Yeah, 6%. We're opening up near the middle of it, so just look for a potential inside bar as well. 3 more minutes till we get started with indices in MNMD. That gap at 68 cents. Still hasn't gotten filled. We have a daily double bottom at 76 cents and 75 cents. A reverse split coming up. Dang, this thing is getting tight. Resistance 82 cents, then 8440. You've got an hourly quadruple bottom at 76.7610. I think bottom fishing 76 cents or 75 cents makes sense. Cents, lots of sense. But bulls haven't proven a thing. I like how it's getting pinched down here though. Typically when you see that type of tight price action, look at that 30-minute squeeze. Look at that hourly squeeze. Getting pretty tight. This could be a great trade today for a long. Manage your risk. Wait 2 more minutes. I try to stay in order, y'all. It is hard. BBBBY. Okay, that's the soup, the stock du jour this morning. Getting a little pop. Cohen or whatever his name is was selling, caused all this bearishness, or he did sell. We have an hourly triple top right here at 1223. So at this point, this is a dead cat bounce. Have we changed any trends on larger time frames? Oh, I can't stand it when it does this. Okay, let's try again. We've bounced 45% from the low of yesterday. So we have a double top on the hourly. I would be a super cautious bull up here. And if I traded these types of things, I would be looking to top fish 1223 and put my stop around like 1225. All right, it's 629. CVX. Okay. So I actually entered CVX over here on this dip to 154.42 within this daily EQ. If you've been around these parts, you know I don't like to buy breakouts or breakdowns. I like to position myself within it. So I actually bought day before yesterday over here. I bought this dip and we were going sideways. So I was already in yesterday and I added on this bull flag pullback, I added a swing. So I have September calls. I think it's the 162.50s. I can look, but I added swing because typically when you have this type of breakout here on the weekly after a triple inside bar, you know, it got tight for weeks. Typically you're not going to have just one day of follow through. Everything's okay. Thank you, Maddie. I just saw your message. Thank you. Thank you. So if you didn't have a position yesterday, Haley, let me go back to how I would have handled this. And you have to know I have oil on another screen and I have it up all the time. So I also knew that oil was really pushing hard yesterday. So you could have really bought right on the break of the weekly inside bar and still had success. Level was that? That 159.74, and you still could have gotten a great scalp out of it. So this level right here, this line, 159.74, if you would have bought that breakout, you still would have gotten some really good gains. So you can do that. And you could always look at the volume at open as well to give you a clue as to who's in charge. Sorry about this scrolling I'm doing. But look at this bull volume here. That's not Johnny, Susie, Sally. That's some big buying, possible institution buying. So that was also another clue. All right, let's get started. Yes, hourly. Scroll over to the goods. All right, this is who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. If you want to give me a follow on Twitter, at Chart Gal Lori, that would be appreciated. You can check us out on chartguys.com. And I'm part of the Chart Guys. And what we do is we teach technical analysis. We post setups in our room and we post fishing holes and we teach you fishing polls. What's a fishing poll? That's the system by which you enter a trade. Do you only trade oversold bounces? Do you only trade top fishes of overbought conditions, reverse back burner, EQs, inside bar, strat? What's your system? And we teach multiple systems. And what I do here every day, or at least what I try to do, is go over indices, commodities, crypto, movers and shakers of the day, and just help give you a roadmap for the day. We are bouncing, but we have arrived at what I jokingly call the Great Wall of Louisiana, the hourly 50 MA. When that's typically tested from below the first time, it can sometimes reject. So, gosh, I don't even want to remove those, but I have to. They're going to get in the way. So here, we just hit a temporary top 41.42. It doesn't mean that top is in, but that's a pretty swift rejection at that hourly 50 MA. We have enough room for an hourly higher low compared to 41.31. And at this point, ES is still in a downtrend. Bears are in charge, but I have a few glimmers of hope for market bulls today that I'll go over. So typically I have these notes on a different screen and I copy and paste them when I'm done for TCG members only. But I have a series of statements I wanted to share with y'all. So who cares? Everybody will see it today. Giving you the notes, or at least you can screenshot it or whatever, but TCG members, I'll copy and paste so you can slice and dice them up. So let's kind of go over the top of the notes. Hang Seng was down 1.2%. There's some China unrest over there about COVID and testing. CNBC was covering this morning, but that's significant. I mean, it's not 2, 3, 4%, but it's still pretty significant. And DAX, last time I checked, is down 0.38. Let's go look at that. Oh, it's turned green. It's turned green. I typed these pretty early in the morning. Slightly green. We're still in a reverse back burner setup, meaning we're looking for overbought conditions on shorter time frames when the larger time frames are in downtrends. And this is potentially bullish for the market. Dixie, potential the dollar, potential 4-hour bearish diamond reversal pattern. Let's look at that. So we've got this higher high, higher low, higher high, double top with weekly, reject to a lower low, and the size of this pullback gives a higher probability to a lower high on the 4-hour, and that would set up a diamond pattern. And this is going to be messy. Don't judge unless you're doing this live in front of a bunch of people. Don't judge. But we have a potential diamond bearish reversal pattern, and that's bullish for the market as well. And then finally, VIX 4-hour overbought has me looking a bit bullish on the market this morning. So if we go look at the VIX, we are slightly overbought. We're pulling back and kind of cooling off now, but we're in a weekly downtrend on VIX. So VIX and SPY typically, not always, typically have an inverse relationship. So VIX has a nice bounce. Kudos, yay, good for you. But a weekly lower high is still the more likely scenarios. There's an errant line there. Let me fix that. So we just hit what I would call a double top here on the daily, 2468 and 2486. I know it was a bull break, but it didn't have a lot of follow through. And look at where we're at on the daily. We're at the 50 and the 200 MA on the daily. That is a strong area of resistance. And that gives me a little more hope for market bulls today. But overall, don't twist my statements. Bears are in charge of this market. We have on lots of time frames. We have GDP numbers tomorrow. We have the Jackson Hole Symposium, and Powell will be speaking Friday. We're going to get sound bites out of there. So just be on your toes and be agile and be open to all scenarios. Speaking of being open to all scenarios, and this is just something I need to start adding to this list. And I'm not trying to poke at people that do this. I'm just trying to, I can't stand exercises in futility. And it drives me crazy for myself when I find myself doing it. So you as a trader, when you find yourself making these questions or statements, ask yourself, is this furthering my trading knowledge? Is this increasing my trading capability? Is this giving me an extra edge? And the majority of the time, the answer is no. It's not it's not furthering your trading capabilities at all. It's an exercise in futility. And coming up on this Fed meeting, I get a lot of questions like, aren't you scared of Jerome Powell and what he's going to say? Aren't you scared? No, not at all. I'm only scared of one thing, my family's health. That's the only thing that could keep me up at night, but it doesn't. It's worrying about my children and my family and their overall health and happiness. Otherwise, I don't worry about these things. That's what stop losses do. I need Thinkorswim to worry about it because they better honor my stops. I'm not going to worry about it. We have questions every day. Have you seen BBBY? Well, probably yes. I see thousands of charts in a day's time. Does it matter if I've seen it? No. Is anyone else trading blank? Well, if you're trying to figure out the character of a chart, that question may be helpful. But in general, who cares if anyone is with you on the trade that you know? Who cares? Are you scared that blank will happen again? No. What do you think if this happens? Well, what if whatever Bullard comes out even more hawkish and says 1.25? Well, what if? I will respond appropriately with my trading tools. Market's chopping me up. How can anybody make money in this market? I saw that a lot yesterday. Yesterday was my best trading day of the month of August, and we went sideways for most of the day because I just sat there and sold premium. I traded CVX, I traded Oxy, I traded oil, and then I sold premium on SPX. I sold call spreads and put spreads, and I collected premium. So yes, there are people making money in every single environment. Don't assume because the market's sideways that nobody can make money. There's somebody making money in all environments. Blank is, we see this every morning in chat. Bitcoin is going back to $100,000. You just wait and see it. Amazon's going to crash. Tesla to the moon. And then finally, my favorite, squabbling about patterns. Does that further your trading capability? Not really, unless someone's helping you see a pattern in a different way. But what matters? Let's get to what matters. I guess I'm kind of soapboxy today, ain't I? Oxy was beautiful, wasn't it? Oh, good. Good. Mal, you're so cute. You are so cute. All right, back to ES. Squabbling about patterns. If we look at the weekly here, we have a nice bounce. If we look at the, actually, let me get another chart. CVX, let's look at this. We have an hourly uptrend. Could that be a rising wedge? There will be someone saying, I think that's a rising wedge. Who cares? It's an uptrend. We care about price action. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. We care about price action to the downside with trends. Lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. That's what we care about. Everything else is bubkus. It's mishigas. You are in the zone of futility and wasting your time. So those are just some tips on how to just stay in your lane and stay working on things that are furthering your trading capabilities. All right, soapbox aside, let's get back to the indices. All right, so reverse back burner, anyone? Look at this right here. 15-minute got overbought on ES at 6 a.m. my time. And we also hit the hourly 50 MA. We had convergence, a confluence where two bearish signals matched up because we're in downtrends on higher time frames. We look for that 15-minute overbought condition matched up with hourly 50 MA. Boom, boom. That's a short setup. You've got your edge, and that's a fishing pole. All right, your next support, 41.25. We have enough room for a 15-minute higher low on ES. Your resistance is going to be the top of that bounce, 41.42. Your next support, 41.25, 411.10. So on the daily, yesterday, I kind of drove it home that we didn't get in big trouble with ES because we didn't lose our daily high or low. Well, overnight, we lost it by $2. $2.25. That does not a bear break make. So I'm still calling this, we really got a quadruple bottom in this area. So ES bulls are still defending their daily uptrend. So I would say we have a daily uptrend with a daily double bottom that's at risk at this point. We rejected that daily 200 MA that we were expecting, and now bulls are trying to defend this daily uptrend. Now let's go look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ, we got a lower low. We talked about it yesterday. Overnight, bulls defended that low by $2.25. It's something in the air with $2.25. We defended it, and we do have a triple bottom with this support, but we've lost the daily uptrend. So the question is, on the weekly, is this a daily bull flag? That question won't be answered for a while. We want a 4-hour trend change to the upside to assume that this weekly lower high is set. And if we can do that above 4064, bull flag on the table. Back to NASDAQ, let me give you those levels. You got your bounce high, which I marked these up earlier. Let me get rid of that. You got your bounce high, 12938, 12961. You have your hourly higher low, 12871, 12825. RTY, getting a little bit further over that 50 MA, but don't have a candle close above it yet. You have resistance at 1929 and support at 1916. All right, and if we look at RTY, it did not lose its daily uptrend. We have a daily triple bottom now. It did not lose its daily uptrend. Dow did not lose its daily uptrend, all right? So we're still good on ES, RTY, and YM. NASDAQ is still the pain in the butt. NASDAQ could be a broadening formation. Did I give you the levels there? Your bounce high on YM, 32954 and 32988. Your support is 32852, 32753. Who's my cat trader? Let me go back. RJ, you're the Caterpillar trader. So if you're a Caterpillar trader, I would have, this is what my chart setup would look like. And it can be on multiple screens, but I would have YM is the most important. Second is XLI. And then third would be Caterpillar. So you gotta watch your correlations, and I would be watching. So this is baby, this is mama bear, and this is papa bear. You need to watch the overall tides because those tides float all boats, or they can sink all boats. So if the Dow is pushing up, it could help give a tailwind to Caterpillar. And same thing with XLI. If XLI is pushing up, it could be a tailwind for Caterpillar and or inverse, a headwind. Let me get back to my single. All right. VIX. We talked about that 4-hour overbought situation, and now on a bounce. So all of our indices has enough room for hourly high or low. Is it guaranteed? No, but we do have enough room. Well, VIX does not have enough room to, or a guaranteed setup to go take out that higher high, 2486, and establish another higher high. It's had a pretty significant retrace. So on the next bounce, bears are looking for a lower high on VIX, and that's bullish for the market. But again, all of these little small bullish things that I do see going on, we still have GDP tomorrow and FOMC Friday, and bulls could just be a little gun shy up here. All right, so we got a tiny bull break on Bitcoin, 21504, 21513. Was that the 4-hour inside bar break? Yep. So we had double 4-hour inside bars. Here we broke bull, but we didn't get over. Second, 5, 4, 7. Yeah, we did get over that. I'd still call that a double top on the 4-hour. We need to get over 21650. And just like I was talking about with ADA, we do have some declining volume here on this little dribble of a bounce. So overall, daily bear flag still on table for Bitcoin. Ethereum, a market still pulling back here. Ethereum potential daily bear flag. 4-hour inside bars, broke bull. But we got to get over 1674 or the odds just increase. We get that lower high and then we could roll over and confirm that daily bear flag. Because what happens on daily bear flags? You get little higher highs without a lot of follow through. That's happening. That is happening. Bulls are showing exhaustion on this push up attempt. Bears still have control of this chart. Gold on the daily, it still could be a bear flag. Again, I wish we would have filled this gap. Not a big deal. We're on continuous contract, but I wish it would have filled potential daily bear flag. Now, if the dollar potential diamond bearish reversal pattern confirms and starts pulling down, that could be a tailwind for equities, and it could also be a tailwind for the metals. So there'll be metal bulls and equity bulls will be watching the dollar closely and hoping for it to pull down in order to give this a bump. Oil, if you followed me on the oil short this morning, you're up pretty good. I'm going to actually cover a contract here. Let me go put that in the room. I have to manage my When I have an open trade with the room, I like to manage it. Okay. Where is oil? Right here. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. Money's money's money, and we got to stay current. All right, so on oil, why was I shorting it? So looking at the daily, we ran into the 200 MA. We broke that 95.05, but only by 35 cents. With oil, that's not a big bull break. So I was looking to short it because of this 15-minute retracement right here. So I saw this pullback, and then I entered up here. I believe I entered at 94.65, and then we got another tiny little bull break, which oil likes to do. Again, I know the personality of oil and how it behaves. It doesn't always comply or do the same thing over and over, but I see this enough to know, stay comfortable in your trade and look for that bigger round number, $95 to potentially hold. And then now we got our downtrend on the 15-minute. We do have inventory today, so I'm going to be cautious with my remaining oil short. But that's why I was looking for it. Looking at Nat Gas. Oh, Scott, did you take it? Are you I think you're the one that liked it in the Commodities channel. You gave me a boom boom. All right, so Nat Gas, this looks like a bear flag. It had a pretty big pull down yesterday on news of Freeport's going to open up their LNG thingy sooner than anticipated, and that was reacted, and bulls reacted pretty swiftly to that. So we got a little tiny bounce. Again, you see this? I need to start pointing it out to y'all every time I'm on here so you can see how often it happens. We broke bull by 2 cents and then pulled back down. Happens all the time in commodities. So potential 4-hour bear flag, support at 905. This is not looking healthy up here at this point. Larger time frames look fine, but on these 4-hour and down, they don't look great. Apple. What did I say about Apple? Apple attempting a bounce of pre-market. I'm here for it. I'm rooting it on. Yet hourly 50 MA is where I would look to top fish a bounce. So that would be right here. So Apple was looking stronger than most, getting over this 16818, but I would start to get gun shy around the hourly 50 MA if I were a bull. And look where we're pulling back. 15-minute overbought, and I trust it, the signals for overbought and oversold more. I trust it more in regular trading hours. Let me get a sip of water, y'all, real quick. Man, I'm going slow again today. All right. Amazon, it's a little bit weaker than Apple. Can't get over the EMAs. If it were to get over yesterday's high, it would still be running into that hourly 50 MA. I would look for a top fish setup there. NVIDIA, I'm not touching today. Earnings after hours. So earnings after hours on NVIDIA, that's huge. That's really big. It could impact semis. Semis are our fuel. We could lose a little steam if they were to miss. And we know they're going to miss, by the way. They already told us. It's just, is the miss going to be worse than they projected only 4 weeks ago? Tesla relative strength yesterday and this morning. Bulls are looking for potential run into the split tomorrow. Daily 200 MA has me less enthusiastic right there. But this isn't the first test of the 200 MA. We tested it here, got over it, pulled back, tested again, got over it. So it's not as strong of a resistance. When you keep jumping over a hurdle, okay, so those jumps that you do in the gym, God knows I need to do them. I haven't done them in years, where you just go jump. Let's say it's a 15-inch box and you jump and you jump and you jump. And it's like, okay, that's no problem. Then your trainer whips out the next box, 20-inch or whatever, for you to do the jumps. And it's harder. Well, when you're testing something for the first time, it's a little difficult to clear. And once you get comfortable doing that over and over, I'm sorry if this analogy is bad, but it makes sense to me. Then the next time it's like, oh, this is a little easier. So I know that this synthetic resistance overhead has weakened because bulls have been able to overcome it twice in the last few weeks. But I'm still cognizant of it. We have a split tomorrow, but I wouldn't get in front of the bull train. Tesla is much stronger than most of the other stocks that we're looking at. Aw. Y'all sweet. ARK. All right. On ARK bounce watch if it's going to be growth's turn today. So growth being the higher risk stocks like BBBY, SoFi, Fubo, BKKT, all of those growth names. If this is going to be their day, then ARK should have its moment in the sun. 43.69 is resistance, then 44.60. We do have the hourly 50 MA overhead, but I'm looking for a small bounce. We're still 4-hour oversold on ARK. And we have a weekly uptrend, so I'm looking for a bounce on ARK. CVX and Oxy. Oh, by the way, y'all, if you've been around here, you've heard me gushing over this weekly triple inside bars, and I've been following it so closely, and it's really made my week. But I did not note on Oxy, it was a monthly inside bar, double inside bar bull break. I didn't see that this month. I didn't realize that it was breaking out of that super tightening pattern, so that was kind of cool. So on CVX, I do have a small swing position in calls, but I'm pumping my brakes up here because of what I see happening in oil. So no more ads for me. But I do believe a first 5-minute oversold on CVX and Oxy should get you some decent trade setups. Exactly. Goodbye, knees. Hey, y'all, I'm just saying 20 inches. My son can do that, but could he? Yeah, he could. But me, no. Give me a 5-inch box at max. Okay, GOEV. GOEV, it's in that growth category. Let me see what I said about Geo. Is it balance watch again? It's if it's gross day, not gross day, growth's day, then this could have a nice bounce. And what I'm looking at is we're down here by support. Sure, it's a potential 4-hour bear flag, but we're so close to this 334, it could be a nice risk to reward trade. I won't be trading it. Here's what I'm watching up here. This is always your clue. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to have these updated for what I'm watching that day. All right. And finally, this is my favorite one of all the setups that I'm giving you, JPM. Let's go look at it. We are sitting on the daily 50 MA. Check, check. Y'all know I like that. We have resistance at 115.99. Excuse me, gap fill at 115.99. We filled that. Gap is filled. All right. Let me go show you the notes. We're in a daily uptrend, sitting on the daily 50 MA. 4-hour oversold. Gap is filled. That's four pieces of evidence. If I'm a lawyer and I'm making a case for JPM long, that's 4 pieces of evidence to back up my claim. I would wait for a 5-minute trend change during regular market hours for a long attempt. Okay, and this is where I'm really going out on a limb here. Looking for a potential push down and reverse. Here's what, let me show you what I'm looking at. Do you see how we have this pattern of it running into the EMAs and falling, running the EMAs and falling, running the EMAs and falling, running the EMAs and falling? So it could drop below yesterday's low. Actually, it already is. But I'm looking down here at support 114.36. But I'm not going to wait for 114.36. I'm just going to wait for a 5-minute trend change during regular trading hours, then put my stop either under the low of day or under that potential 5-minute higher low. So that's what I'm looking at JPN. Daily uptrend, 4-hour RSI is 25. That is typically where you're going to have a higher probability scout for a daily higher low. Gap is filled, sitting on daily 50 MA, sitting in a tree, KISSING. I like JPM here, and I'm looking for a fake out to the downside, and I'm looking for a 5-minute trend change during regular trading hours to buy it. But if the market isn't cooperating, I'm going to smile and wave. My Miss Merry Christmas 1991 pageant wave. I'm just going to smile and wave. All right. So it can go on. It can bounce without me. It can have the perfect setup. It doesn't mean I'm going to take the trade. I need the market to bounce in order to take this trade. All right. If you could hit that like button, I'd greatly appreciate it. Dan will be live in 3 minutes. So it's probably time for me to shut it down. MSOS for my friend Zebra. Okay, MSOS is sitting on the daily 50 MA as well. 1156, 1154. Nice double bottom there. We're in a daily downtrend. 4-hour isn't oversold. That's so crazy. These higher risk names aren't oversold, but names like JPM are oversold. This market's just so interesting. I love trading. I think a dip buy against 1156 or 1154 makes sense. And I would be looking to top fish a 15-minute overbought or 1175. All right, that's it for me. I had so much fun with y'all today. I have a little too much fun. Sometimes I realize that because I just love it so much. All right, well, y'all have a great day and use stop losses.